All right, guys, what is up? I am TheyComing, and welcome to the stream today, boys and nerds. I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. Happy Saturday, guys. We're here inside of Clash of Clans. We got a couple things to do today. My first plan is just to enjoy myself with different super troops and just kind of screw around primarily. We are going to go ahead and check in on the war that we just had. The enemy clan completely gave up, and there were some pretty brutal 3-star attacks at the top of the map, so we'll be doing some of those attack reviews there. The other thing that I want to take advantage of, I am a true sucker for anything that is limited edition. And when I got the news that there was going to be a king skin that is actually limited edition, it's never going to be offered again, I had to jump on board. So I'm actually going to be purchasing this for all 3 of my accounts. You might be thinking, TC, you are crazy. I might be, but I also love limited edition things, especially in my favorite game of all time, Clash of Clans. I have no problem getting them $10 for this skin, paying $10 for this skin so they will continue to do cool things like this in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing this skin for all my accounts. I think I'm on the wrong account first here, if I'm not mistaken. I'll actually start on this one because I think that's the way to go. It's actually... So the very beginning of the stream is going to be me grabbing these skins, and I am doing this on the Supercell ID store so that I can get redemption points for these things. And obviously I'm able to hide my payment details so you cannot see those things when I do these purchases. So let's go ahead and grab this one. All right, we got it. So that should be zooming in. We got it. We also got a handful of gems as well. Cool stuff. And I think that should allow me to actually wake the king up so I can actually use him with the skin on. So I will go ahead and change the... Let's see, let's go ahead and change the skin just so I can look at it, because this thing that looks so sick. That looks so sick. That looks so sick. Okay, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on my other 2 accounts. So then when we pop over, we will be able to just start going. So we got that one. Let's get it on TheyComing as well. Where's the skin? Here he is. Let's go for... You can only buy one. You can only buy one. And there's that. Make sure I get my card number. And the expiration. And that. And that. Gonna do that. Very nice. Good stuff there. And then I'm also gonna do it on my main, because of course the main account has to have it. Pardon me. What's up, Mott's? Keep thinking about buying that one. Mozzarella. It is the only limited edition skin, as far as I know, inside of Clash of Clans, and you're gonna have about around 2 weeks to get it, and then it's gonna be gone forever. So if there's any cosmetic that you should buy if you are a long-term player, I strongly suggest purchasing this skin. You know, 5-10 years from now, you will be one of the lucky ones that purchased it within the 16-day window, and you can brag about the skin for ages. But there it is. We got the king. Now, I am going to actually start on my mini account here, and we should receive it as soon as we open the game. I also have an ice cold Coca-Cola ready to go. Spiddly dip. Nice. Little Shadow Samurai. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. W. And over here, since the king is upgrading right now, I'm actually... Thank you, special offers. I'm actually going to wake him up just so I can use him on all 3 accounts. I think that's a fine thing to do for the sake of content creation. So let's go ahead and swap over to the brand new skin. That looks so sick, honestly. That looks amazing. I am so thrilled about that. All right, we'll finish him. So we spent some of our gems to wake up the king. Now, where is the king? There he is, bro. Look at that, dude. That looks amazing. Now, it'll be cool to see how he functions when we use things like the giant gauntlet. So I might actually flip on the giant gauntlet just to see what he looks like when he gets huge. But let's go ahead and start off. The first attack here that I'm going to do, we'll do one with super witches, but then we'll start rotating out and picking other things up. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and upgrade an archer tower just so we're not wasting any time with this town hall. I think that's a good fine thing to do right here. 1 archer tower level. And yeah, let's just have some fun. Super wall breakers. The Dark Elixir expenditure really does not bother me at all. So we're going to activate it. But we're going to start trading this stuff out. So if we look at the super troop, the super sauna. Let's see, what would be fun to try? Maybe some super minion stuff, maybe some super bowler stuff. Maybe we'll try super wizards and super giants. I think that could be kind of interesting. Maybe some super archer attacks. I've seen some super archer stuff that it looks promising, but I think it requires that you use the life gem on the warden, which I don't have upgraded. So yeah. What's up, Helena Tome? How's it going? And let me get my camera situated a little better for us. What's up, Helena? How are you? Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. What games are you playing right now, Helena? What games are you playing? All right, let's go. So we'll pop Clan Castle Cake because it's going to expire. We'll just have lots and lots of fun with whatever Clan Castle we want. And we'll just hit whatever we feel like. So like this. I think we try to hit his Inferno Tower right there. I think is a good idea. Drop you to the outside. Drop you over here. See if we can drive the warden directly at the defenses here. It would be nice to fireball his multi-target Inferno, I think. Nice. Really good stuff so far. Holy moly, there's a lot going on with that. That one baby dragon has run amok. He is actually a full-blown menace. So when we get that down, I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to throw here. I'm going to quake like this. And then we'll go ahead and drive like this with this. We'll actually drop all the super witches like this. Put a baby dragon right here. We are going to take a nice roundabout path here with some of the super witches, but that should be okay. Throw this over here. Let's try to break the pathing for the super witches. I'm going to freeze right here. And actually poison as well. For that. Okay, we get that. Cool. Okay. Our queen is queening. Everybody is moving. We have managed to kind of steer everything together. We're going to break there, and I think I'll break over here. So the troops can kind of go through if they so choose. Also, protecting the warden, I think, is a good idea. But look at this king, dude. The king looks nasty, dude. He looks grody. Dude, he's so cool. So cool. On this next raid, what I think I'm going to do is actually zero in on him. So why don't we do at least one more with this army, and then we'll probably pivot out the Super Witch for something different. What level is the Fireball good to use at? I'm getting mine. Getting that as my next epic. I mean, you need to get it maxed up as quickly as possible. I think 18 is where it's viable against Town Hall 13s, 14s, and even some Town Hall 15 stuff, but Town Hall 13 and 14, the level 18 Fireball works. It's when you start hitting Town Hall 15s where you might need a third Quake. But also, it is also true that a level 18 Fireball plus 2 Quakes does not take a Town Hall 14 Eagle Artillery. So you have to be aware of that interaction. You would need a third Quake, or your Warden would need to give 1 extra love tap to the Eagle. And so if you do that combination and the Warden doesn't instantly auto-tap it with only 2 Quakes, what ends up happening is like Battle Builders can and will heal it back up, which kind of mitigate the whole purpose of hitting it in the first place. Cool. I'm going to throw that now. Just his queen standing right there. We'll kill his queen. We'll Quake once, which will take that stuff that we damaged. I'm also going to drop you girls over here. And we'll send this over here with this, the queen, the king. And just let this cook. Put this right here. We can go ahead and break here, I think. I think that's a good idea. Good stuff. I don't want the witches to stay outside the base. Like, please go in, girls. I think probably freeze this is a good idea. We're gonna end up losing the prince because we took a little bit too long to move through here. Let's heal all of our stuff here, though. And Quake once over that. I think that's the most that damage that we can deal to the base. But yeah, dude, Quakes I think are extremely underrated. For like the amount of damage you actually can deal to a base, it's kind of silly. Let's go ahead and throw these guys in like that. Pop tween now. This is definitely wrecked. It's kind of one of those, it's like a matter of time. Oh, boink. Okay. Let's try this out. Let's see. Helena says, Squad Busters, old Sudoku. I'm doing good stuff. I'm studying German because I'm curious about that language, you know, regular things. Squad Busters. Wait a minute. So, like, what does Squad feel like to play now? Like, can you tell there's fewer people playing the game? Like, are you encountering lots of bot lobbies, or is there still, like, a decent number of people playing? Because honestly, I haven't opened it. The number of times that I've even opened it since I was forced to move on, it's very, very few. Let me just say that. I'm gonna get rid of this so I can request something better. Why don't we try a drill? I'll try a drill. I think drill plus the witches could actually be kind of weird. And by weird, I mean interesting. And then what can we put with an Electro Titan? like a Valkyrie and a Loon maybe, so we can maybe soak an air trap when it pops. Okay, we'll try that. We'll actually go drill this time. And what I also want to do is get off of the Super Witch and in fact go with Super Bowlers. So we're going to pick up the Bowler. I want to see how Super Bowlers perform compared to the Super Witches. I know that they cost less, so we get 4 in the place of 3 Super Witches, so that's something to realize. So let's see how this attack works. I know the big boys do a lot. They really do. Helena says, lots of players, quite the same. Bro, you know, when the I'll probably play the game at least once over the summer just to like check in with it. But you know, they've already told us that they're getting ready to shut it down. So like streaming it just for fun now would be like opening an old wound. You know, it's just streaming it from time to time. It's like, and I know that like King Brian comes to my streams from time to time, and I think King Brian is a little different. I'm trying to be polite, but I can tell that he's not really letting go of squad in a healthy way. Seems like every time he shows up, he's, you know, he says, I'm mad about it. I'm mad about it. And I'm like, dude, you gotta move on. That's why I've like told him, you know, Mods, I think he's a troll sometimes. Mods, I think it's something else. And I don't want to like be rude, but I think it's something else. Cause he's been in my chat for a long time. All right, let's see. Why don't we fireball his scatter on this side? That'll set a good path for the bowlers, honestly. Let's see if we go like this, and we just live with that. You know, we may not have needed to do the invis trick there, but I think I would have liked to hit a little deeper just to guarantee the expo, even though it's dead. Let's be real about that. Drop the super bowlers there. We'll break right here, and then we'll go in like this with the drill. King, queen, drill. That drill is still drilling. I mean, it took a lot of damage, but King, stay in the base, please. I would like to rage as well here. Get some rage bounces. They didn't break the wall. That's tragedy, dude. Oh, I made the air defense invisible. That's stupid. Well, I clearly messed that up. All right, King's ability now. That didn't feel nearly as good, honestly. But then again, I also didn't take the wall wrecker, which I really do like with the Super Witch. A Flame Flinger almost kind of messes the Super Witches up in a way. And I know that sounds weird, but the Flame Flinger can kind of like, it can open walls that can then cause the Super Witches to wander if you don't play it properly, you know? Like say you drop your Super Witches between the Warden and the Flame Flinger. Well, that Flame Flinger could be opening walls, and the witches, instead of going directly into a compartment and staying there, will then opt to jump out and around to go into this weird, like, gashed side of the base. And you can get a weird split. Some may stay, some may go. The healers can, you know, abandon the main group for no reason, all that. You're very nice, TC, but Clash is S tier. Yes, I gotta go. My sister's calling. See you later. But yeah, you know, when it comes to, you know, Squad Busters and the people that were watching then, it's all changed. You know, there's very few people who will actually tune in to watch me play this game, and that's just kind of the reality. I mean, I signed up for Squad. When Squad went away, I had to find the next thing, and you know, it kind of stinks that I couldn't find that one very thing that everybody else wanted to play, and that everyone couldn't come over it at the same time. But that's just life, man. That's part of the game. It's part of streaming. Every viewer is not going to love every title you play. It's just the reality. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm really accomplishing here. I kind of want to hit the single right there because I think it's valuable. But I'm also taking a lot of time. Now, one thing that I think Super Bowlers are a little better at, Super Bowlers will actually push faster than Super Witches. So it could be okay that I'm kind of taking my time to let this one open up. All right, we're fine, I think. Let's see, I'll break once here, and I'll break once over here. And then I'm going to invis this. Throw there. Quake. And Quake. Drop all the Super Bowlers to the outside here. Healers, catch up, please. I'm going to freeze this. That open was actually kind of dirty. Aw, man, I lost the... Okay, we're going to heal here, like this. Invis again. You will rage right here. Dude, that drill is still going, bro. The drill, dude. Look at all the walls that just happened to open up as it was like popping up and cracking things left and right. That drill is actually a lot of fun. But similar, okay, similar to the Flame Flinger, the drill, in theory, could do the same thing that the Flame Flinger does, in that it's going to open walls and kind of derail pathing, because when it pops up, it one-shots walls that are I think one tile away from the defense that it pops up on. So when it pops up, it's not just it's popping up and stunning a single defense. It's actually an area that it pops up. So if there are wall tiles right there, it'll actually break the walls when it comes through the ground. So you got to be careful, a little careful with it. But it seems fun. And I can imagine having the RC with the drill, probably it would be like having a second Diggy, right? At Town Hall 15. Drill RC charges could probably be gross. All right, I'm going to take a quicker fireball this time, just to the expo, I think. That's where we want to put it. I know I put you down close. I know. But I'd rather go like this and this. Throw that. 2 Quake. Eagle's already down. W.com, dude. Okay, we go like this, this. It's gonna freeze up. Super Bowler should walk in. King's gonna come around, will he not? He leaves. That's also really nice. We're gonna freeze here. We're gonna rage here. And I will also heal because it looks like we're walking through a bunch of stuff here. Put the Prince over the top. Invis, try to get us through the backside single. Bro, how are we losing all of our stuff? What is happening? Ah! Man, that NATO is actually kind of brutal. I didn't put down my drill, did I? Huh. I mean, we still crush it, right? This is a dog water layout, but at the same time, this doesn't feel as fun, or this does not feel immediately, having done a handful of these Super Bowler hits, it doesn't feel as strong as the Super Witch. Like, what I need to do is look at the hit points of the Super Bowler. I know they're smaller housing space. So the Super Bowl is 30 housing space, the Super Witch is 40. So that's actually a pretty nice, like pretty significant difference. But what the Super Witch makes up for 10 extra housing space is the ability to perpetually spawn the big boy skeletons, which are like incredibly impactful. They have lots of HP. All right, we'll take it. I will wait for that to go down, and we'll go for 2 Invis Trick to his Expo like this. 1 Quake. Then I think we allow him to go like this. We'll go like this with the Queen, a drill, a baby dragon. We will break here. We'll break again, I think right there. Oh, that's a really good break. There's a Super Wall Breaker finally arriving. King's ability goes off. I'm going to freeze that. Keep Super Bowler alive. I hate that all the Super Bowlers have actually left the base. That is so annoying, dude. Stay in the base, for the love of Pete. See, that's annoying, man. That is actually really annoying. I guess I can heal. I mean, the heal spell is going to wear off. Yeah, that was just bad on my part there. But what we do have is this. You can also do this. Yeah, that felt so, like, weird and sideways. And just not fun compared to Super Witch. The big boys clear walls so much quicker. Like, when you get stuck, the big boys actually help you. And I know that I popped the King ability, and that kind of awkwardly split the edge of the base open, but like, really, guys? Like, all the way around? Really? That was so unfortunate. Hold on. Where's the salt? All right, the Super Bowler has how much HP? 1,600 for 30 housing space. It has a wild range, right? The Super Witch has double the hit points and spawns big boys. You could make it... Okay, if that's 7,300 total hit points... It's like 4 Super Bowlers worth of HP per Super Witch, right? And that doesn't even count when the big boy dies. You get another big boy back. The math on Super Witches is just so good. Like, from a mathematics standpoint, it's so good. Oh, let's think about the DPS now. Super Witch DPS, 360. Big boy DPS, 350. That's 710 DPS total. Okay? Super Bowler DPS, 170 times 3. What's that? 510? Is my math bad? Bro, started playing recently. Want some suggestions? We're talking about super troops right now, man. Join the conversation. So, like, mathematically, I know the Super Bowl looks cool, but dude, when you put it up next to a Super Witch with the big boy has 4 times the hit points and nowhere near the damage per second. The other thing is Super Witches can take care of themselves if air defending clan castle comes out. So if like a dragon comes out, if dragons come out, if super minions come out, if there's something in the air, the Super Bowlers can't handle it. The Super Witch can. I feel like the Super Witch stats are kind of bloated, if I'm being real. But as usual, spawners in Clash of Clans have always felt kind of tricky to balance, right? Like, you could make them super fragile, make them, you know, very, very vulnerable to like giant bombs, but then something that's 40 housing space dies to a giant bomb. Well, that's not going to feel great for the player. But still, that seems a lot. This seems like Super Witch is like the sheer math behind a Super Witch is just screaming like, I'm better than a Super Bowler. Sure, the Super Bowlers can outrange. They can get a triple bounce, a nasty triple bounce with a rage spell and delete like 15% of the base in the blink of an eye, if not 20 or 30, right? But the Super Witch just, it's going to survive longer. Like, think about it. It's only 1,600 hit points. Super Witch, 4,100. That is significantly different. 4,100 hit points. Let's look at our heroes and see what the hero HP is. The Super Witch has twice the hit points of my Archer Queen, essentially. Twice. With relative, you know, with pretty dang good DPS on top of that. So twice as tanky, but doesn't deal quite as much damage. That's insane. So if I were you, if you're a new player and you're wondering, well, what super troop should I try out? I'd say try the bowlers. But I'll also say that, bro, I do not think that you're going to enjoy bowlers as much as you will the Super Witch. I think Super Witches will just feel objectively far more powerful. Goodbye, Super Bowler. Get out of my face. All right, let's try the Super Archers. Haven't messed with these girls in a hot minute. And I also do not have the life gem equipped. So this might feel particularly meh. But you know what we do have? We have one apprentice warden in the composition. That's probably going to help out. Does it have more hit points than you max the queen? Yes. If I take my queen to level 75, I mean, we can actually check on that right now. Go over here and we can look at the stats on my max 13. So let's look here. Again, hit points and DPS. 4,000. Oh, no, that's the big boy. 3,200, 3,600. Right? Level 75 queen. She still has more, like 500 more hit points than the archer queen, even when the queen is level 75. That's something to think about. Okay, pop back over here. Let's try the super archers though. We do have one of these apprentice wardens in here. It's only level 1. Level 2 would give us an additional 2% max HP. So we're not talking like a massive amount, but it would be something. I wonder how the super archers will actually feel. I think I definitely want to get the eagle because I think that's going to give us a ton of problems if we don't handle it. Alright, if we go like this and this. We do get the eagle out. That's good. Got our headhunter already. Zap, zap. Cool. And then the super archers. I think I will go ahead and take the wrecker like this. King and the queen. Did I really just put all the archers down in front of the mortar? I feel like a dork for that, by the way. I'm going to freeze just to make sure that the wrecker keeps pushing, because I think that's valuable. Okay, we're going to... Oh, the archers! Did we lose all the archers, or am I trolling? Uh-oh, wait a minute. Archers, can they see the inferno? They can. Wow. Bro, I think... Archers are better than the bowlers. I think hands down. Like, this isn't even close in my mind. Okay, so first attack with super archers, and the answer to the question of is it leveled? We don't get a level at Town Hall 13 for archers. So we have to wait until Town Hall 14 to upgrade the archer again. So this is the max level archer for Town Hall 13. And the first attack, what I can say is, yes, it does feel a little bit more flimsy. But at the same time, I think we crushed that a little bit more comfortably and with a little bit more control than the Super Bowler. The Super Bowler, man, the handful of hits that we did just did not feel very good. And I don't think I did anything particularly wrong. They got to a point where the attack just sort of stalled and got really slow, and super archers would appear don't really function that way. Okay, I think I see a path forward here. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of the scatter shots. Drop you. Okay, kill his guy there. We'll engage once and twice. And throw. We get a bomb tower. We like that. Drop the Quake deep. Weaken that stuff up. I'm going to weaken this up right here. Look for, like, good center placements that are going to hit plenty of stuff. All right, I'm going to go like this and this. And the queen. I'm going to drop this with all the archers. And this and this. We're going to let those ladies cook. Just push right in. Pop Queen's ability so she can help with the pathing on this side. And we can probably look to heal right about here. And probably rage as well. Invis. Man, we just completely wrecked the core. Bro, the super archers are kind of gross. Dude. We have a hero left that we don't even need, man. Like, are we real? That feels good. That feels pretty good. We didn't even drop our prince. And for that matter, we don't have the RC in this composition. So this is a composition at Town Hall 13 that doesn't include an RC or a fourth hero in general. Okay. Okay, this is a 12. Well, we would like a better litmus test, right? Like, give me a 13. Okay, at least it's mostly upgraded to max. I guess. Do we go for a scatter shot on the left or the right? I think we go for the one on the right and then attack up because the sweeper is pointed. That sweeper's pointed down, so we can come behind. The sweeper won't mess with our healers. I feel like sweepers are probably really annoying for super archer attackers because they're flimsy to begin with. So if the sweepers get pushed too far out of the way, it can be actually pretty detrimental for the attacker. We need those baby dragons to work faster. One. Okay. I'm looking for the opportunity. I think he's going to go north a little bit. No, he just comes in. Okay, so we'll go like this and this. Will you kill him first? Appreciate you, bruh. Okay. Take the archer tower and then we'll pull south, I think. Okay, healers. Help me. That's unfortunate. Okay, healers. I mean, are we okay? What's happening here? I'm going to heal there just because I see our Apprentice Warden is doing some weird stuff with his pathing. Freeze you. King's ability you. Keep pushing. Throw you in the back. Apprentice Warden staying up, I think, is actually pretty critical. And the reason for that is because his HP increase is actually bigger than the HP increase of the life gem. Yeah, look at that. Cool. 30 seconds left. Prince is literally just a funneling tool, and we swag to hear abilities and a bunch of spells. Good job. Yeah, I'm actually not too mad at these super archers. I think I need to be careful about something specific that happened right there. One thing that I'm recognizing about the way this played out. And I'll go ahead and play it for you guys so you know what I'm thinking. Because I didn't catch the eagle with the fireball on the opener, the second I put down the super archers, the eagle artillery saw the clump of super archers and fired a volley. And I think we actually took some losses straight off the rip. So let's talk about what could be done differently to make sure that we don't lose super archers to start. Right? First thing I put down after getting the fireball off was the super archers. I think that was the mistake. I think it would be it's a clear choice here for me to instead go for the ice golem plus the siege machine and the king and the queen, so that the eagle artillery is more likely to fire onto one of the two other heroes or the warden himself than to instantly start targeting the super archers, because this volley right here, I instantly lost two super archers. Instantly. Now we do quickly get a nice healer swap. But and you can see how flimsy these girls are. Even as they're walking down the wall, they almost die before getting out of range, de-aggroing, and then stuff in front aggroes the remaining multi-beams. So that saved them right there. That saved a few super archers. And then recognizing that, well, there's a scatter shot that's about to fire onto my face, I decide to heal right here. Specifically because I know I have wounded super archers that are in the mix. And I need to do something. I also see that my apprentice warden, who is in front, is getting low. And I definitely do not want the apprentice warden going down. That causes all the archers to then wrap to the core. We get a nice juicy freeze. That loon that came out of the siege machine grabbed 2 seeking air mines. Value loon, buddy. And then the prince was just there for funneling reassurance. Keeping everything inside, focused on the guts of the base while he cleaned the trash. Good stuff. Okay, so yeah, I think one thing that I'm going to try to do a little bit better or differently is I should not be instantly dropping my super archers after I complete the fireball. Specifically if I don't take the eagle down. Now on this base, it looks like I will. I'm going to wait so I can do a 2 into this trick instead of wasting 3. It doesn't complete. Because it's a Town Hall 14 Eagle. It's one shot, but it won't complete. So we need to be even a little bit patient to allow the warden to step in to handle that. One tap should secure. Pop. Here it goes. And then we can drive towards the town hall here. So I think with this, starting like this. I'll let him get that, and then we'll go like this. And we'll break here. And we'll baby dragon in front of them. That should give them a good incentive to walk into the base. Get her. We do have the wall wrecker to open the walls. That sounds good. I'm going to heal right there. Pop the queen. Oh, that was bad. Should have popped that sooner, I think. Let's drop you in here with a few loons in front. And we'll actually let it target and then pop the prince ability. Like this. Alright, did we lose all the super archers? I can't tell. No, they're behind the giant, dude. They're behind the giant. Bro, that is nuts. I love that. We're gonna rage her just to see if she can stay alive long enough to keep doing some necessary clearing for us. Bro, the fact that they're behind the giant is completely dirty. Like, essentially, I have a second Barbarian King. William says, I got a new tablet today. That's what's up, William. Congratulations. I know you're having device issues, dude. Congratulations, man. I would be thrilled to have a new device. Although I'm quite happy with one that I have now. If mine was misbehaving like yours was, I know that is a W. Congrats. So yeah, you know, someone came into the clan today just to ask questions about Town Hall 13. And I was in a good mood, and I was doing nothing at the time. And so I just answered a few questions. One thing that he asked was, you know, on the Archer Queen, should you run the healer puppet? Should you do this? Should you do that? And here's my stance on the healer puppet. It's not bad. I think other things are better. When you look at what other things give you, I think that if you can play without the healer puppet, you're probably stronger you're probably bringing a stronger attack. And that is saying that you're using the queen properly while not giving her a handicap of 3 healers, right? If you look at what you get with, say, the giant arrow, it's a solid DPS increase. I could even put 3 more levels and have over 100 extra DPS here. But I do have the action figure, which has DPS, self-healing, so it's passive health restore, while not explicitly having healers attached to her. She does restore 35 health per second to herself. And then she gets this monster to pop out in front. 9,300 hit points, 4,400 damage. Look at the Barbarian King, dude. He's got more HP than the Barbarian King. He's got more DPS than my Barbarian King. Yes, when I start to upgrade him at Town Hall 13, once he gets up to level 75, he is going to be, I think he will end up having more DPS, if I'm not mistaken. But he will still not have as much HP. That is before equipment, right? So maybe it's not great to, you know, try to split hairs about, you know, what's tankier does more damage. Essentially, you can think of the action figure as a second Barbarian King that pops out directly in front of your queen and tanks and deals lots of damage. When it gets down to half HP, he rages out and he does even more damage and he moves even faster. Like when you watch the tooltip here, you wait for him to get down to half HP and you see him get red and get large. That means he's enraged. And he starts slapping. Look at that. One-shotting cannons. Bro. He basically turns into a stone slammer, one-shotting those cannons. That's disgusting. William says the end of sub 1 FPS. What tablet did you actually get, William? I'm curious. Yeah, Mott's. And Mott's was saying earlier, got my king going for its last level for Town of 14. Now I just have my minion prince. I'll be hitting for Town of 15 afterwards. Not saying to max all pets Town of 14. I would not either, honestly. I think that getting your unicorn up to level 10 and then moving on is probably the strongest thing that you can do at Town Hall 14. And while you're at Town Hall 14, do as many hero levels as possible. So essentially, whatever time it takes you to get your unicorn up to level 10, that's the time you spend at Town Hall 14. Maybe a little bit more, right? Like, say you want to go ahead and get your RC to level 30 and your warden to level 60. I think that's perfectly fine to, like, say, okay, I'm now moving on. Because then you get access to four pets, and really 3 of them are fully viable all the way up through Town Hall 18. And strongly suggest using those, like spending your valuable time upgrading in the pet house, at least initially, on things that are going to be viable from here to the end of the game, you know? William says also, unlocking Duke at Town Hall 15 is huge. Yes, that's another reason why Town Hall 14 kind of sucks right now. It has only one good pet, and the Duke at 15 plus the three of the 4 pets that become available at Town Hall 15, those are all just huge reasons to go ahead and just go to Town Hall 15. Having an extra hero means you can upgrade 2 heroes with full attacking capability still. Yes. Yes. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. Let's do one more, and then I'll take a bathroom break here. And I'll probably pop over to the other account. Do a little bit over there. I'm actually surprised, guys. The Clash for Skeletons event. I thought that we were gonna fail it. Like, judging how, like, Team Jade is just, like, wetting the bed. Like, I'm guessing not as many people joined Team Jade. I joined Team Amethyst because I like the color purple, right? That's literally what it was. I was not on the forums or Reddit, like, saying, oh, who's joining what team, you know? No, I just actively was like, whatever. I'm just gonna throw that. I don't care. All right, let's go like this. Let those guys cook. All right, it's locked on to one of my heroes, which is good. Because we really do want this wall wrecker to open this wall, like, badly. Okay, it happens. Oh my god! The scatter shot. You just witnessed all of the super archers go down. Yep, that's a rip. That's how you lose, man. Oh! Spring trap. I'm gonna throw this now. And actually, I'm gonna skip Town Hall here. Like, well, what wasn't really a skip. I really want to get the eagle out because it's kind of ruining my day. Okay, I want to get that air defense down and then drop this and then do this and then do this. We killed the queen. That's nice. Well, we didn't lose, but we also know what not to do. And one super archer survived. That one scatter shot hit that we took was totally brutal, completely brutal. And that's where maybe we should be using the totems to redirect scatter shot fire, or instead of taking totems, we should be taking extra freezes. All right, one more, and I'll actually use the bathroom. I like the Wrecker for this attack better than I like the Drill. Okay, this is a 14. This is the kind of test that we actually want. Is it burnt? It is. Well, at least the Eagle's alive. Let's go and attack that, right? That there, put this here. Okay. He has one Expo that's active, and it's the one that we're going to end up taking with the Fireball, which is cool. I'll drop one. See if we actually come in contact with the Seeking Air Mine here. All right, nice. We'll take that. Here, 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 here. Here. Okay, I need that queen to go kill the air defense so I can put a baby dragon down. Hey, that's cool. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, Apprentice Warden died. That's bad. That's not good at all. I need the healers to do their job. Okay. Man, the archers die so fast to the scatter shots. I think they do get one shot. So you lose that Apprentice Warden, you are kind of screwed. I'm gonna invis. Just to keep them off. Keep the scatter shot off. Okay. Got it. Nice. So, Apprentice Warden, let's be real, actually kind of needed. For this to work, that Apprentice Warden, the moment it goes down, Scattershot Fire becomes, like, basically becomes essentially turns into an execute for your super archers. Now, it might not feel quite like that if I'm hitting a Town Hall 13, like in the 13v13. But at least in 13v14, I think it's immediately apparent that those scatter shots punish super archers badly when they don't have any kind of HP increase offered by either Life Gem or Apprentice Warden. I'm going to go have a good rest of your stream. Appreciate it, William. Thanks so much, man. Hope you have a great day as well. You're saying I'm getting scammed in Legends. I'm in 4th. I tripled 27 out of 30 attacks. Meanwhile, number 1 has an average of 2.5 stars. How is he defending? Is he just like, does he have some like 1-star, you know, dice roll base? Like Isolated Town Hall, and he's rolling the dice to soak as many 1-stars on people that don't know what they just have a bad day? Is that kind of what's happening? At least that's my guess. Anyways, guys, give me just a second. I'm gonna use the toilet real quick. Sometimes TC has to pee, so I would encourage you to take a lap around your house, get something to eat or drink, or you can use the bathroom like I'm about to do. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, what we'll actually do is review some of the war attacks from our last war. We are still on a war win streak after 2 months. See you in a sec. All right, guys, we're back. We're back. Before you ask, yes, I washed my hands. We're here. We're ready to go. Get my headset back. All right, and let's get on with the madness that is super troops. Super archers feel quite strong. I really did like their performance overall. I thought they were a solid troop. I think that they are more fragile than, say, super witches. If I had to rank so far what we've done today, we started with super witches like we have been for the past couple weeks. We then tried super bowlers, instantly felt that super bowlers were underwhelming. And then we moved on to super archers, and super archers started to perform surprisingly well. So if I had to rank them so far, I would say super witches are easily the best. Super archers are probably second to that, and then super bowlers behind that. So witches, archers, and then bowlers. The question is, what do we do next? We could do something kind of weird. I think super minions could be kind of interesting. So let's look at what the housing space is. They're 12, which, is that identical to super archers? They are. Okay, so we can take the same number of super archers if we want, or super minions if we want. But I'm thinking that we should remove some of that stuff, remove the apprentice warden, and then maybe just one wall breaker. And then we run a wrecker in front of the king and the queen, probably. The heal is probably not needed. I think we take another rage. And then we deactivate the super archer. And then activate our super minions. Okay. So then we can fill up with super minions. How many do we get? 14. That gives us 10. You know what? I'll sack 2 archers in favor of 2 more, or 1 more super minion. So this is all. This, I think, is going to be about a nice, healthy warden charge. that we just sustain, we keep alive, and we just push into the base. We have to keep in mind that if we end up dropping 2 super minions close together and the Warden sees them, he's going to follow them. So we can pretty much only play 1 super minion on either side of the Warden at a time, and we can't play them too close to the Warden on either side because he will start to do weird stuff with his pathing if I put 2 of them directly inside of his aura. So that's that. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see how it performs. Oh, you didn't like Super Wars? That's what I did my whole week of Legend 1 with Twin. You know, Doc, we're doing this at Town Hall 13 right now, so I imagine they're stronger at the higher Town Hall, but at least at Town Hall 13, the Super Witch so far seems to be much stronger than the Super Bowler. Okay, I think we should try to go for his Eagle to start. I think that's a value play. So we'll do this. Actually, Rage right off the bat. Drop you here. Drop you here. Okay, I think I see the fireball now. Like this and this. Now, if he had a clan castle, we would have lured it. So that was somewhat of an L. Let's let him keep working. And I think what we'll do is drive our heroes into the right side. Unless he turns back. Okay, no, he is going to stay to the top. Okay, so then we'll start with Queen out here like this. Drop you in here, we'll put you here, and I'll actually put this down here. Because the King's going to then parallel with the Archer Queen. Work in tandem, right? Even if it pops, I'm not that mad. Because the King's ability is going to go off here and open everything up. I'm going to freeze right here too. Queen's ability can go off now. We'll take that. I'm going to poison him. Invis that. Oh, wait a minute. Rage. Totem. Jeez, we got a lot of super minions left. Huh. 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 That didn't feel too bad. That didn't feel too bad at all, actually. We had 7 of them in our pocket at the end of that raid. It's a dead base. I'd like a Town Hall 13 that's alive or Town Hall 14. Okay, perfect. I actually really want to hit more Town Hall 14s. His Eagle is in the core. I think if we just take the scatter shot on the bottom, or do we go for an Inferno plus a scatter? I think we're better served to work down here. Because we can take a cheaper fireball like this. One Quake. One of these. Okay. Drop a couple archers there. We'll go like this. Super Minion actually does good damage to the Warden. Killed him. Hey, I'm down with that, bro. Alright, I'm going to rage ahead. So he's going to step into the rage. 2-tap the queen. And what I'd really like to do is actually be able to snipe out his multi-inferno here. So maybe one more to the outside, and then we can snipe the multi. Like this. Can we get it done? Come on, Super Minion, take it. We get it. Cool. It's time to move with our stuff, though. So I think we go like this, 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 and this. And we'll go ahead and Quake. So only one volley comes down. We kind of like those vibes. I will send one here. Okay. I think we're okay. Throw that there. Hey, that's cool. Okay, like this, this, and this, and this. I mean, we kinda wrecked it, dude. We used more of the super minions, but it was more like a time issue than a power issue, right? If I'd had other cleanup troops, we could have cleaned up for cheaper on that. Like, say we didn't have as many super minions, we could have had like 6 baby dragons instead, and they probably would have been a little bit more effective at the cleanup for the backside. But still, that feels kind of silly. If I'm being real, that feels kind of wild. All right, this is a proper 13. Our fireball does not get, if we take the scatter, it does not touch the inferno on either side. So we'll go like this. It does. I'm just not, I just don't know. I'm just not as good at the video game. Okay, that's a clean 1v1. He will lose health a little bit, but if there's nothing else attacking him, that's pretty easy choice to just let that move. We'll put one here. And then he should come down, right? All right, we'll go like this. All right, I'm gonna do this and poison. Like this, and we'll Quake over here too. Warden, don't die. Bro, Warden died. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't like the fact that we couldn't get the wall breaker where we really wanted it, but we do get the single out. Now we only have one single left. Okay, Eagle's down. We have so much left, dude. I mean, we just start flying this in. We go like this. We totem. Air defense is cooked. Yeah. I don't hate this troop so far. I mean, you really are depending on the power of your heroes, right? But at least so far, my impression is that it's not bad. I don't hate this. Like, it's probably because I really like playing rocket loons. So the idea that you have these like little surgical things that can deal a lot of damage and like, I don't know, like guaranteed percentage. Like when you put down a super minion, as long as it's not in the face of like an air defense, you can probably get it. But even then, if it's only an air defense, I think you can trade one super minion for an air defense because of the long range shots. But like, I don't dislike this. This is okay. All right, I think strong fireball. We cannot take the eagle, but we can wound it. That is unless we directly target the fireball to the eagle, which is going to take a minute to pull off. So all these singles on the outside they actually make me quite nervous trying to do this. We'll try it from here, though. See if Super Minion versus Archer Tower is a good idea. I mean, he got something done. All right, we should be able to get the Archer Tower. Okay. All right. Not bad. One to the outside. He sees. Okay. We'll throw this now and go in double quake. Get on it. Nice. That's actually really, really good. I have to rage right now. Holy damage. Oh, boy. Valkyries don't play, dude. That's insane, actually. Wow. Okay. We're wasting a lot of time. We need to freeze. Okay, good ice golem pop right there. Okay. Not terrible. Queen's ability now. Let's put in a minion to try to protect the healers. We're going to run out of time, I'm pretty sure. Can we get it? This is the time fail. Ah, man. I guess if we kept toteming maybe over the single, we could have had those loons actually complete. But Man, those singles can be really, really, really sketchy. And also probably starting the heroes immediately after getting the Eagle Artillery down was probably something I should have done. I shouldn't have paused for so long. Okay, Eagle is usually the play, right? Looking for the invis. Hello? Warden. Okay. Sir. Alright, this and this. Okay. He's still cooking. We should go now. And we'll go from this side. I'll put one here with the king and the queen here and one out there. So ideally the warden is going to push to the left. We really want him to, at least. Really good freeze moment, actually. Because it allows the... freeze that. Push. One more pop, maybe? Not quite. Not quite. I'm going to rage the warden here. Oh, that was a great spiky ball. That was a really nice spiky ball. Pop queen now. This guy should have been put down a long time ago. I apologize for that. That could have been so much better. We have so many super minions. What am I doing with my life? I'm gonna invis now. Just ensure that the queens push. Yeah, this is completely wrecked. Like, just surgical super minions. You get a good fireball, you set pathing, you drive king, queen in by themselves. Super, if I'd put down the minion prints sooner, I think that would have further kept everything a little bit more focused. But that felt extremely strong. Help out Joe here. Oh yeah, guys, a lot of people have been requesting to join. We got a few new members who have joined up. We got Asmodeus. We have Nurul Kareem. We've got Elite YT. Abdul Ahmad has hopped in and out for a few things, but he's been warring with us for a while, so he's not new. But yeah, if you're interested in joining, we are actively recruiting for Town Hall 12 through 14 at this point. I know I'm supposed to change the advertisement on the clan information, but yeah, just stagger them 4, 5 at a time until their long range ends and drop 4 more. Yeah, maybe I should be doing that just from the start of the raid. Okay, Eagle Artillery. No, the base is dead. It's not worth it. I actually want to hit something that has some power. All right, this is alive, but it's pretty rushed, right? You look at those archer towers. No thanks. It's alive, but boring layout. Rushed. Do 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 do. I feel like people see this enough to where we should hit it just for like the education. One, 2, 3, 4. I want to hit the inner single if possible, which is going to require probably every one of my invis spells. I will rage here and freeze that, unfortunately. All right, he takes that, he takes that. We go like this. Cool. Now he is in it. This is a 12. I'm realizing now that this is probably not a very nice thing to do in terms of interest. Super Archer or Super Minion there, Super Minion there. Okay, Queen's now in it. We'll pop Queen here. We'll Rage Queen in front of the Town Hall takedown. Warden is hanging on. Save my new king with his fancy skin. I love the skin, by the way. That thing looks awesome. Wow. Could you? Could I what? What's up, man? You need some suggestions. Started playing from the past 4 months. Okay, so if I were to give you like some sort of a like general tip, I know that there's a lot of people out there that will suggest to you, you know, rushing to the next town hall before you fully complete your current town hall is like the way to accumulate the most ore and to maximize your progression in the, you know, in the long term. I think yes, there is some science to that, right? If you're in a higher league, you get more ore for your daily bonus. And you can see that number like right here. If you go to, wait, hold on. Let's click on this button. League overview. When you really do the math on this though, the most recent update to ranked made it so that there isn't a tremendous difference between myself as a Town Hall 13 and say the Legend League guys that are making 1,200 shiny ore per day. I am making 1,050. That's 150, right? But in reality, I could not really progress as a Town Hall 13 above, say, like P.E.K.K.A 22 or 23. I think that might actually be like my skill cap. I know that there is a guy right now that's actually in Titan, which is insane. But that being said, the difference between me and say I went up 2 full leagues, right? Witch 18, say I went up to the top of Golem. I'm only making an extra 60 shiny ore per day. That is not a lot. And the other thing is if you like participating in ranked and you raise your league floor by rushing to a new town hall, because there is a league floor per town hall in the game. You cannot go lower than a certain league when you advance to, say, I go to town hall 14. And I don't know what those league floors are off the top of my head. But the point is that if you are interested in playing ranked and enjoying ranked and actually pushing and, you know, trying to push your skill, test your might against heavier opponents, you're probably not going to have a very good time if you continuously rush to the next town hall. Your heroes are eventually going to hit a point where you're so underleveled, your defenses are so underleveled that you simply cannot defend in war or in ranked, and even on offense with your underleveled heroes. The only time that you can actually be effective is if you have a hero potion to pop, which will max your heroes out for the next hour or so, or is it how long do the hero potions last? Hero potions last 1 hour. Yeah. So if you're putting yourself in a position where you can only play the game comfortably for an hour at a time, to actually feel like you're playing the video game, I just don't see that being a positive thing. And particularly for a newer player, I don't suggest rushing through the town halls. I think that perhaps when you get around the midpoint of the game, when you're like a Town Hall 14, you can explore the concept of, you know, rushing part of a town hall. Because at Town Hall 14, you don't really get a lot of great stuff on offense, and at Town Hall 15, you do. Town Hall 12 currently wants to suggest grinding my base and army. How I could improve my base army attacks, which should I have to upgrade first? Bro, I don't really offer that kind of personalized stuff. I just attack live and talk about what I'm doing, and you can learn from that. But I'm just giving like my general 2 cents about how you should progress, and that is, I don't think that newer players should be rushing through the lower levels of the game just because you can. You'll get to a point pretty quickly where you're no longer enjoying it because you cannot 3-star against someone that is, you know, has the same quote-unquote town hall as you. Their defenses are just going to be way stronger than what your heroes can handle. And if you're a brand new player and you've only been playing for 4 months, you probably don't have the skill level yet to win the attack with just your army. So, do I have good advice to become a streamer? Just start. Turn on the camera. Pretend like everyone's watching. I've been through ups and downs with streaming. I was doing really well when I was streaming Squad Busters last year before Supercell killed the game. And swapping over to Clash of Clans, you know, my viewership has gone down significantly. So you just start doing something. You know, your viewership is not always going to be amazing, but just start streaming. Just start doing what you like to on camera. Talk like everyone's watching. Even if 5 people are watching, you know, do that. And just do what you enjoy. And the right people will gravitate towards you and will stick around. The other main suggestion is, when you start streaming, if you're actively pursuing, you know, growing an audience, you need to be live at the same time. You need to be live consistently. So like if you stream, if you know that you want to stream at a certain time every week, you need to keep doing that. And you know, after 2 weeks, you know, your numbers still aren't looking great, just keep going. Like, you can't give up on it and expect that to do you any better, you know? That queen is going to see me soon, right? I'm going to rage here and actually go ahead and drop the poison on her. Warden. Pop queen now. I think that was a good king ability. Yeah, we deleted this. Holy cow. This is wrecked. So much left. All the heroes are alive. But if you don't mind, and if you could give 1 minute to my base, could you tell me what's wrong, good stuff in my base so I can improve it? Bro, if you're a Town Hall 12, go online, find websites that will give you a good base layout. If you're asking what to upgrade, upgrade everything. Don't forget your traps. Don't forget your walls. Even though walls ironically become a little bit less important at the highest level of the game. At least right now, there's a huge air meta at the top level. But when you're in a war and you come up against opponents that surprisingly are not comfortable with air attacking, and you have really good looking walls, and their attack plan is not A1 solid, they will fail if you have maxed out walls, because they'll get stuck, and the defenses will pound on the troops. But if your walls are like three levels under where they could be, the attackers don't care. They'll just use their heroes to pound through the walls and probably mess you up. Say love from India Delhi. May God bless you with more subscribers and love. Thank you, Mr. Vikas. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Mr. Malhotra. Love you, brother. Doc says you'll always have one. He was talking about viewers, yeah. So yeah, just get on. If you're interested in streaming, just start. Turn on a camera. Like, if you need to learn about the technical side of it, there's a lot of really, really good and easy tutorials about how to get OBS going. Generally like what's like the base level equipment that you should use, like to start, what you can use if you're on like a super tight budget, all that kind of stuff. It's all out there on YouTube, and it's let me be completely clear, it's much easier than it used to be to get good advice from YouTube on how to start streaming from the technical side. The softwares are OBS is better. It's more capable, much more capable than it used to be. Far more capable. All right, we got that. Which way are you going? But newer players always say, just watch me play. Upgrade your stuff when you get to a certain level of the game. Like, for example, in Dominant Tour, we're actively recruiting Town Hall 12s, 13s, and 14s. It is a clan that welcomes people that are wanting to learn, as well as veterans that may already know how to play the game but have lower level accounts that they're trying to push up for fun. It's a very real phenomenon for our clan. We're going to freeze here. Try to get that Ice Golem out in front. Oh, I wasn't watching. Rip. See if we can get that down. Now we turn for the single. That's actually big. Easy snipe. Okay, we'll take that. I'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm going to rage like this. Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got him. Easy. Obviously very underlevel base. That's an example of a base that the guy had no business going to Town Hall 12. His walls are extremely underleveled. There's like Town Hall 9 walls. And you put yourself in that position, and yes, I am a Town Hall 13. That's one of those that you could have done with your eyes closed, you know? You're saying thoughts on global chat returning. That's a good question. Bro, I don't know why they're even giving that topic oxygen. It's that might sound toxic. I just do not see the purpose of having taken it away and then they're like, oh, wait a minute, the game needs it. I do not think the game needs global chat. Like, flat out. If you were to ask my opinion on that, I do not think the game needs global chat. Straight. Like, every time I ever got on global chat, it was a toxic mess of just garbage. Like, people flat out just, like, saying, just being ugly, trying to curse, you know, in some sort of veiled way. It was just stupid. Like, to me, it did not seem like... Well, that was bad, too. Whatever. Okay. I'll go ahead and drop these in the core. All right, well, here's the test. That failed miserably. There's a lot of singles in there, so that's going to be kind of rough. We do have a freeze. We do have an invis. I'm going to freeze this. I like that spiky ball. We got all the infernos. That was amazing. Pretty much bailed me out with that. King's ability bailed me out 100% there. I lost the warden. It's fine. It don't matter. We still got a minute, and it is clearly wrecked. Super minions are all over the place. GG. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to start streaming. I have always loved gaming, but I built a business, and now I just sold it, so I have a lot of time and want to try to go after that dream now. Bro, that's what's up. Try it. Have fun. I'm a music teacher, and I do this with my spare time. So I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 2 hours. Monday, 2 hours Wednesday, 2 hours Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, it's sort of like a whether or not I have things going on in my real life. Like if I have friends that want to go do things, I'll do that on Saturday and Sunday instead of stream. I don't put any kind of real pressure on myself to like stick to weekend streams. Just because like I want to have a real life. Like I'm not in my 20s anymore. I'm 38, so I have other aspirations. I want to spend time with the people that I love and doing the things that I love, and that doesn't always include Clash of Clans. So I really do like being a little bit more flexible with just like, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can count on me being live. But then on the weekends, that's more up to me in like what I'm feeling. If there's new content in the video game, I might make a point of doing that, just being available for that because I want to play the new content. But other than that, Alright, how are these super minions working? I can't tell sometimes if they're doing a lot. Hey, that's fine, actually. Okay, let's drop you here. And here. Okay. Alright, headhunters in, cool. Just look into where we should put our king and queen. I feel like, well, those Teslas popping up kind of make it awkward. Alright, as soon as we get that Tesla down, I think we can start. He's going north to fight the defending queen. I don't want the warden to chase my king and my queen, though. So I kind of just want to, like, I want to make sure he's actually going north. Okay, cool. That's not what I meant to push either. I was trying to put down my queen. Well, king ability has been swagged. I will freeze. See if I can get this wall wrecker through here. I will pop the queen's ability here as well. We don't get through the wall. The king gets through the wall. I would have really liked to get closer to that over there. My queen's taking damage. All right, we got this, and it's wrecked, right? Just the super minions are all over the place. Then we got the minion brawlers that are flying through the air. Check out the screenshot you sent me. Okay, let me see it. Where'd you send me a screenshot? Guess it didn't upload yet. Unless you put it in Twitch. Did you whisper me on Twitch? Huh? Screenshot? Question? All right, guys, I think we got time for about one more attack here. We've just been screwing around. Honestly, I think the reason why I enjoy the super minions is because it feels similar to Rocket Loons. Nice. Number 2 in Legend 3. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. And you're on Super Bowlers? I suppose you're running the torch. On torch. On Super Bowler torch. Speaking of the heroic torch, I do not have the heroic torch leveled on my main. That is something that I really do want to get eventually, but at least right now with the air meta being so good. Yes, running torch, yeah. So at least with the air meta being so good, I just don't see a reason for me to be going for equipment that is most commonly used to buff ground armies. The torch is clearly there to help out with like Super Bowlers, potentially throwers. I think primarily Super Bowlers because of the way rage bounces work and they can push so fast with the use of rage spells. Okay, I just want to get his eagle, so we'll go like this. And we got both scatters. That's actually enormous, right? That queen's going to see me in just a moment, so we're going to snipe her. Cool. And then I think he's going to the right, or is he going back to the left? He's going to the left. Okay, choices. All right, he's going to be going left. We will go like queen here. We'll let her work by herself. And then we'll throw this here and this. We'll go like this and this. I will freeze just to ensure that we push the wall wrecker with the queen. A really good angle, by the way. Okay. Okay. Got all the walls open. That's big. I guess I'll put you up there. We'll poison his king here. And it is 100% wrecked. Yeah, attack's fun. Super minions are silly. It feels like Rocket Loons, except, you know, I think you really are banking on doing critical damage with the Sui by itself, right? It's not like Super Witches where you're taking more troops into the base with the king and the queen. It seems like with the king, queen, Sui, you do play the king inside with the queen. Whereas Super Witches, you oftentimes sack the king for the funnel. And then you put the queen in with you only put the queen with the Super Witches. So with this attack, it's like you really do have to maximize the power potential, the tanking potential for the Archer Queen. And that comes with Ice Golem, Wall Wrecker, King, and Queen. It's a powerful combination that presses your two heroes into the base nice and quick. And either to complete the King and Queen funnel, so they go in on that corner, you either use super minions or you can go ahead and put down the minion prince beside them so that he works to power down their funnel. But then the backside is just like, well, as long as you've kind of wrecked the base with three of your heroes, the Warden on his mission and then the King Queen on their mission, you're usually looking pretty good. Is Town Hall 12 really that bad? I'm about to upgrade to Town Hall 12. What's your opinion? I think Town Hall 12 is actually fun because you get siege machines. Like, you can start making siege machines. I personally enjoyed Town Hall 12 because the Warden goes to level 40. So you get to put 20 levels on your Warden at Town Hall 12. Warden turns into an offensive powerhouse at Town Hall 12. So what I always tell people to do at the beginning of Town Hall 12, treat the Warden like you would the Royal Champion, which is maybe not a great analogy to make because it assumes that you have the Royal Champion first, and at Town Hall 12 you don't have the Royal Champion yet. What I mean by that is, like, when you get to Town Hall 12, do nothing but upgrade your Warden until he hits level 40. Like, it doesn't take that long. Put him down, say goodbye to him for 2 weeks, and just get him to level 40. And then as soon as he is, thank me later, because everything that I've done on stream today involves a Warden charge. It involves Warden handling his own business. And this is the equipment that I suggest if people want to learn how to be a better attacker, like truly a better attacker, play Fireball on Warden. And if you play Fireball, that means you always, always, always pair it with Rage Gem. I've seen people take in Fireball with Eternal Tome. Bro, it never works. It never works the way you want it to. The Fireball usually gets no value at all. You're better off saying, you know what? I don't even care about the Fireball. Give me a passive 45% damage increase for the entire army for the entire time that the Warden is touching those troops. It's a lot more damage than a Fireball. So yeah, Fireball and Rage Gem together allow Warden to be his own. You know, he becomes an artillery weapon. Play Warden at level 40 at Town Hall 12. I would also suggest making sure that you get your King and your Queen up to level 60 at minimum before you even consider rushing to Town Hall 13. If you allow your heroes to get too far behind early on in the game, you will not enjoy the game as much, and you will regret it later. I know that people that are saying, you know, rushing all the way to Town Hall 18 is the fastest way to progress. Yes, but I also think that it kind of spoils a lot of the fun for newer players. A lot of those guys that are suggesting that probably have 5, 6, 7, 8 accounts, and they're playing on all these accounts, and this thing that they're telling you to do is like an experiment because they have nothing better to do with their time. They've already progressed the rest of their accounts. They've run out of things to do. So they do this grand experiment and they're like, yeah, it's the fastest thing, right? And they might prove it, right? They might be like, yeah. But part of Clash of Clans is enjoying the journey, man. Like, you got to enjoy the journey. Like, don't skip a town hall in its entirety. Like, unless you've already played the game all the way through before, you know? A little bit of rushing's okay, but like, you know, you got to weigh like, okay, are my heroes 20 levels under where they could be right now? At the beginning of a town hall, you should pump the brakes. You should slow down and actually upgrade your heroes. 20 levels under at the beginning of a town hall is not good. 5 levels under? You know, you could argue, well, if your laboratory is already complete and the only thing you're missing is, you know, maybe 4 or 5 levels on 2 of your heroes, sure, go ahead and rush. It might not be a bad thing, right? Just to keep the lab moving, because the lab is, I think, a major time gate. But yeah, I think Town Hall 12 is a lot of fun. I actually thoroughly enjoyed Town Hall 12 on both of these replays. Like, right, I had the Town Hall 13s. Both of these Town Halls, I think they were at Town Hall 9 and 10 when I came back to the game in October last year. And since October, that means it's been 7 months, right? Roughly 7 months. I've brought both accounts to Town Hall 13. I'm about to go to Town Hall 14. So 9 to 13, 10 almost going to 14. That's the progress in 7 months. And I don't regret taking it slow and enjoying the replays and making sure that I reactivated Dominant Tour so that we can war regularly and get ore so that, you know, I'm not getting to the top level of the game with only one set of equipment for each hero. Like, I'm actually getting good equipment set up for myself to where when I do get into later town halls, I already have things that are in a good spot. And it's not like, oh, now I want to start warring because I'm a Town Hall 17 or Town Hall 16. No. I want to war now. I want to enjoy the middle town halls now. That's why we got Dom going. Anyways, guys, it's been a nice stream today. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I will not be live tomorrow. I have a performance. I think it's my last musical performance of the spring, and before I have a nice little summer hiatus from handbell playing. We will have some, you know, casual practice over the summers, but we will not be performing, and it should not interfere with my regular streaming schedule. But at least tomorrow it will be my last performance before we have a nice, decent summer break. So I will not be live. On Monday, I will be live again. You can count on that. And look forward to seeing you then. But that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're catching the vibe, feel free to leave that comment down in the comment section, letting me know what you thought of today's live stream. I love you guys very much. Take care. Bye.